Hello, dear students. I am Dr. Santosh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of English, L&T College, Muzaffarpur. Today I will be presenting on theater of the absurd. In another word, it is called absurd drama. This concept is very new, 20th century concept. So, in order to understand this concept, we will have to understand the present scenario, the scenario of after World War II. During World War II, what happened? Before that, our life was settled. You are living in a very cozy, comfortable zone, but World War First and World War Second, it destroyed our traditional mode of living, thinking, believing, everything. So, if we try to understand the meaning of absurd, so what is absurd? Absurd is something meaningless, something which lacks meaning, value, definition, etc. So, in terms of literature, how do we understand it? Means a traditional work of writing, it has a proper beginning, a proper middle, and a proper end. Any play begins in a certain manner, it develops in a certain manner, and it ends in a certain manner. But what is different if we talk about absurd drama and absurd literature? So what is difference between traditional work of art and this absurd literature? So we'll have to understand the basic basic differences. In literature, the term absurd has been derived from philosophy. So in order to understand absurd drama, we will have to ask some philosophical questions like what is life? Okay. Like what is life? What is because we say that literature is the mirror of society, and society is built of our lives. So in order to understand this concept, we'll have to ask some questions like what is life, and does life have any definite meaning, any clear cut meaning? The answer is not clear, because World War First and World War Second, these two things shattered all our traditional concepts. So if our traditional concepts got shattered, so our idea of literature, it will also be shattered, because in a traditional work of art, in traditional literature, we have a very nice beginning, very nice development of the play, and very happy ending. But this 20th century world scenario has changed our lives, has changed our society. So with the change of life and with the change of society, our literature will also have a drastic change. So what is this change? So this change in the terms of genre drama, in 20th century drama, a new term emerged on the literary scene, and that term was absurd drama. So what is absurd drama? We'll have to we'll understand this topic through certain PowerPoints. It began in during World War II in Europe, and as I said it earlier, that certain philosophies means gave this concept. It emerged out of that concept, grew out of the existentialist viewpoint, And here I take the example of two existential thinkers, Jean Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. You know, they were existential thinkers. Sartre says that we have been thrown this in this world, and there is no any parent to look after us. Don't think that God is there and He is taking care of us, and he will see what happens to us, and he will be responsible for all our good things, and he will save from all our misfortunes. That is not going to happen. That is not certain. He does not deny it as well. That is not certain. And the another existential thinker is Albert Camus. So what does Camus say? Camus say that means our whatever words we use in literature, and what is the meaning of that word, there is gap between words and their meaning. So if there is gap between words and their meaning, it means that there is gap between man's meaning and his life and his society. So modern dramatists tried to depict this idea of absurdity. This idea of absurdity they try to depict in their works of art, and in this way we have two major examples, two most prominent writers, and one is Samuel Beckett and another is Harold Pinter. Just like philosophers, these dramatists also in their work of art, they see life as meaningless. They believe in an absence of values, and Christian absolutes emphasize personal feelings over moral values. Means, just like in philosophy, whatever idea was being carried out in philosophy, the same idea was put in literature, and this idea was presented through the story. So in literature, story is important, and through story we have to deliver our message. Just like idea of absurdity, in literature too, literature portrays no values, absurd literature, absurd drama, it portrays no values as being worthy of commitment. It celebrates the breakdown of language and communication. This is very important point. We think that we say something and you grasp the same meaning. It is not like that. It is not always like that, because whatever I am trying to tell you, maybe I am not able to reach you. Maybe the communication gap, I am talking about communication gap, the breakdown of language and communication. Language is a tool to express our ideas to another person, but this tool is perfect. Is this tool perfect? Is this tool always works for us? Answer is not very easy. We cannot say that yes, it works always and it doesn't work. It is not very easy answer that we can reply it in yes or no. But in literature, this idea of absurdity is discussed through the major playwrights like Harold Pinter and Samuel Beckett. You know, Samuel Beckett is the first person who brought this idea in literature. Samuel Beckett is actually a dramatist from France, and when he wrote Waiting for Godot, his first and most prominent play of the theatre of absurd is Waiting for Godot. He created a totally chaos, and he tried to bring all those philosophical notions of absurdity in his in his work of art, that is the name of our work of art is Waiting for Godot. Just see. So how does this concept of absurdity is presented on the stage? You know, drama is not only written on the text, on the pages. It is written, it is enacted on the stage. So how this idea is presented on the stage? You know, it deliberately baffles the audience, usually lacks dramatic conflict and sequential plot like traditional dramas. It doesn't try to make each and every meaning clear to audience. I would like to express my personal experience when I was a graduate of University of Allahabad. When I had to read Miss Birthday Party, it was prescribed in my course, and I had read so many texts of dramas. But when I read Birthday Party, let me tell you, I was totally baffled. I started abusing, the Harold Pinter, the playwright. Why he wrote such a play? What is the meaning of this play? I went through the whole text, but I couldn't understand anything at all. And so many questions. When the play, any work of art, any story, any novel, any drama, when you read, at the last you are satisfied that yes, I got the whole meaning, I got what is the idea behind it, and I am satisfied that the story is complete. But when you go through any text and you at the end after the finishing of the text, you say that no, I am whatever I started, I am now completely confused what this text was about. So under the this condition is not good for any reader. But at that time, when I was a student of undergraduate, my understanding was not that much large. Due to my limited understanding, I abused the playwright Harold Pinter. But later on, I realized what was the meaning behind that. He left so many questions unanswered because he wanted to ask all those questions and try to understand life in deeper sense of the term. Just like existentialism, this concept of absurd drama, it shows the human condition as one of the confusion and chaos I was talking about. After reading of the text, the reader feels confusion and chaos. And just like I said, after World War First and World War Second, what did we feel? What did the humanity feel? Humanity felt confusion and chaos. Means we do not have certainty in our life. Our life is uncertain. And because of this confusion and chaos, the same type of philosophical thinking developed, and the same type of literary genres developed. And this literary genre is called theater of absurd or absurd drama. Barrenness of life, just quite obvious that this type of literature explores our barrenness of life. We are wearing good clothes, we are well painted, and we have good makeup. Means this is not the complete meaning of our life, that we are happy and everything is okay in our life. No, it explores deep inner barrenness, chaos, disorder of our life. So this is, if you go through, if you like to if you like to know what this literature is, what this term absurd drama is, and if you go deep meaning within this, you will have better understanding of life and better understanding of literature. Literature does not always make everything clear. Literature sometimes confuse you because it tries to it try you to think deeper about life, literature, etc. What? How will you recognize whether any text is means whether any text is absurd or not? So there are interruptions, discontinuity, incongruity, senseless logic, senseless repetition. Traditional texts have very good beginning, very good middle, and very good ending. But this text is not like that. For example, we take the example of Waiting for Godot. There are two tramps, Vladimir and Estragon. They are waiting for an unidentified person, and name of that unidentified person is Godot. They are waiting near a tree, and sometimes they think that they have an appointment with an unidentified person and whose name is Godot, and sometimes they think that no, they don't have any appointment with anyone. You know, they and where are they waiting? They are waiting near a tree, and that tree is, very barren tree, means the tree does not have very big and does not have so many leaves. It is means the setting of the play, what I am trying to say, that the setting of the play is very minimal. There is no any proper setting, means the beginning of play is without any setting, and we see that the play does not develop at all. When the play does not develop at all, they keep on waiting, they go on talking so many senseless talk, because life is not full of meaning. So senseless talk, because life is meaningless. So the dialogues in the play are senseless, and till the end of the play, no Godot actually comes on the scene, and the play ends. What does the playwright Harold Pinter is trying to say, and what does playwright Samuel Beckett trying to say through their plays? That since life is meaningless, literature should also be meaningless. Since life is chaotic, literature is also full of chaos and disorder. That's all. Thank you.